Well, a very good afternoon and welcome back to the European Judo Open here in Warsaw. We've got a second European Open taking place in Prague at the same time, and just to balance things up as I give you the information about what's been happening over here, I'll just let you know that all three of the top seeds in the men's competition have been knocked out, whilst here all four of the top seeds have still got chances for medals. The number one seed was Edna Carrillo of Mexico in the under 48 kilo category. She's got a chance for a bronze medal. She'll face Aurore Clémence of France for that bronze medal. The final is between Clémence's teammate Melanie Clement. She faces Noah Minska of Israel. In the under 52 kilo category, the number one seed is Adia Sambu Solman of Mongolia. She comes up against Alexandra Shtakova of Ukraine in the final of the under 52 kilo category. In the under 57 kilo category, this is really the pick of the final. Safo Choban, the 21-year-old German who's been out for quite some time, has made her way to the final. She faces the home favorite, Arleta Podolak. So that is my pick of the four finals. And the fourth final is the under 63 kilo category. The unexpected Baldorj Munchinkimeg of Mongolia. She comes up against Isabel Puche of Spain. Munchinkimeg beat her teammate Sendayush Serenadmid, the number one seed, in the quarterfinal, and Sendayush will face Jabo Francisca of Hungary in her quarterfinal. I think we've still got a couple of speeches taking place, but we'll get underway in a couple of minutes' time. I'm not sure if we got time enough to show you a little video of porridge. Such a good one. We might be able to squeeze that in, I wonder. Let me see if my colleague will wave his hand and thumbs up and say yes or no. Yes, let's go for it. Let's have a look at the EJU Judo Festival being advertised for porridge.
Everybody must come in here, this training camp.
You have the best recovering place, the best tatami, everything is very well, a lot of partners.
It's very good training camp. Next year only, and me come back. See you.
See you next year.
Это очень хорошее место. В следующем году жду всех здесь.
Who like judo festival, here is the best situation in the world.
At the EJU Judo Festival to be held in June in Porridge, and I've been lucky enough to attend one of those, and they're great fun. So if you get a chance to do that now, this is going to be overdone and dusted pretty quick because we've got both the bronze medals taking place at the same time, both bronze medal contests. I suppose that we should do Edna Carrillo the honor, seeing as she was the number one seed, of showing her contest. So yeah, we're going to go down to mat number one. Edna Carrillo of Mexico faces Aurore Clémence of France. The second of the bronze medal matches is on mat 2 if you want to see that one. Letitia Payat of France faces Milica Nikolic of Serbia. Look, we're looking at Carrillo in the white judogi, Clémence in blue. And I tell you what, this will be the fastest, finest block, the fastest final block I've ever been involved in. Because we've got both the bronze medal matches taking place at the same time. So we started at 4:10, so this will be nice. Early night. After a reasonable day's judo, given the, well, we've just come off, you know, Paris, Dusseldorf, two big events, and you haven't got, you know, the top fighters here. What you do have are a really hungry group of fighters who are chasing Olympic qualification. So the judo is intense, and there are lots of stories here about those who need the points and who are desperate for the points. And I suppose there's going to be some heartache, because today will, for sure, be the last chance for some who are, you know, that far off the pace that they need every point that they can get. And if they haven't got sufficient enough today, that'll be the end of it. So as we progress every week towards the closing of the Olympic qualification period, we're going to see a few broken hearts, I'm afraid. Quite possible that I saw one last week. One of the fighters came up to me and said, "I'm going to say goodbye today because I didn't do well, so I'm off. And I just wanted to let you know, thanks very much for everything and all your help and everything." And that was it. She waved goodbye and off she went. So that's going to happen quite often, I'm afraid. Strong grip here from Clémence. I wonder if she can come up with something. Needs to be brave and throw herself at it. She threw well earlier on. Oh, and maybe that's what she was worried about. Almost the Uchimata Tsukeshi from Edna Carrillo. Well, you're not going to be seeded number one by accident. You must have something there to make it worthwhile, and we almost got a flash of that from the Mexican there as she came close to countering a fairly weak attempt from Clémence, actually. Just stuck the leg in there, and that was an untidy effort. Wasn't really thinking about it, didn't get the timing right, didn't get hands and feet in the right position. She's got a chance on the ground now. Good turn. Just got to wrap the shoulder up. Quite there. She wants that left leg to come right across the body, and she can't get it, so the referee will call mate here. There are some mechanics that need to happen if you're going to be successful. With all techniques, they've all got to be worked out properly and put in the right order. Once in a while you'll fail on one part and two or three of the other elements will be okay, and you'll come away with something, but on the ground it's much more difficult to fail in any part and still come up with a successful waza. Got to get everything correct on the ground. Oops. A little sweep of the feet there that planted Clémence on her backside, but nowhere near enough to come up with a score. An arm is stretched out there. She wants to turn in towards Carrillo if she can. Carrillo can't get the kind of leverage that she needs. It's been given Osaikomi, but it's not the strongest that I've ever seen, and that'll be mate. 16 seconds. Just escaped from giving up the score there, did Clémence. There's a better grip. She's really determined with the either the Ouchigari or Uchimata there. 6 seconds left. attempted the tomoe-nage, but missed. And having said that this was going to end all very quickly, we're going to end up in golden score. They're going to do as much as they can to prolong this. The very first bronze medal contest goes into golden score. The contest in the adjoining mat 2 is the second of the bronze medal matches. Letitia Payet of France faces Milica Nikolic of Serbia, and Payet has picked up a Yuko, and that'll be enough to squeeze past Nikolic. Right, so we're in to the golden score period. First to score, or unfortunately for one or other, the first one to pick up a penalty. Oh, chance there. Oh, that was close. That really was close. I'm glad they didn't. Well, it wasn't. The coach is shaking his head, but it wasn't a score, and I'm glad they didn't give that. You know, if you get the feeling that if they gave it, they gave it because it was in golden score. And a score's a score's a score. It doesn't matter what time of the contest it comes. So I'm really glad that they didn't give that one. Just goes to show that even in the golden score, you still have to have some value before they just give it away, and they didn't gift it to Clemence. It was close, but it wasn't a score. Terry Clover, the referee from Belgium, in the middle. Clemence has come closest to scoring. Tries again with the Sutemi Waza, but it was slightly rushed and never really came close to catching Carrillo with that one. Carrillo, remember, came in here as the #1 seed, ranked at number 20 on the IGF World Ranking list. Or Clemence a few places further down, 13 places further down in actual fact, at 33. Minute 24. He's gone already. Another effort at Yoko Sutemi-Waza that didn't come off. I noticed that she's got Urani Clemence on her back, although Aurori is the name that we've got down here. Saikomi and another Sang Gagugatami has been applied by Clemence. She's done that a couple of times today. She's pretty good on the ground, secured that one there, and it's Clemence who takes the bronze medal here. Clemence and Payet took bronze medals. We'll find out who's going to take the gold, because that's the contest coming up next. So there'll be 3 medals for the French from the 4 fighters they sent in this weight category. The only one to miss out is Cheyenne Mounier. She went out in a quarterfinal and then lost her repechage contest to Edna Carrillo.
In blue for Israel, number 55 on the world ranking, Noah Minsker. In white for France, and number 63 on the world ranking, Melanie Clement.
The final of the under 48 kilo category. Melanie Clement of France faces Noah Minsker of Israel. It's Clement in the white judogi, Minsker in blue. As I say, this is the third of the quartet that the French sent. And poor old Edna Carrillo had to fight 3 of them. Carrillo ended up fighting Melanie Clement, who's in the final. She then went down into the repechage contest and fought Cheyenne Mounier. And then she fought Aurora Clements. So she had her hands full with the French, and she lost 2 out of 3. Once in the quarterfinal and once in the bronze medal contest. So she'll have seen enough of the French then. Just shaping to go over on the left-hand side. Clement hasn't done so yet. Thought about the Sumigaishi, but it never developed. No, actually was there. There was a chance, and that's beautifully done. That is a nice technique. Got low, tight, through well, and the only thing that stopped that from being ippon was that she rolled her opponent instead of it being flat on her back. But it was really well executed from Noa Minska, and she came up with a good score. Wazzari the lead, with a little over 2 minutes left to go. Yeah, she does put her on the side, and that's not really, I mean, the referee's not in the best position to see what happens with the back, because it's away from him. So he gives what he sees from that position, but his 2 colleagues are better placed, and they've got the replay, so they help him out a little bit there, and Wazzari is a better score. Minska now with the turnover into the Osai Komi. It's the second Sangaku Gatame that we've seen, as Clement ends up trapped there, and she's not going to get out of there. Wazzari Awazeti ippon. Noa Minska it is, who snatches that one from Melanie Clement. There'll be 3 French on the podium. 1 Israeli, and it'll be the Israeli who takes the gold medal. Clements and Paye will be the bronze medalists. Clement the silver, but the gold goes to Noa Minska. Luis Torres just telling the crowd that this is the 2nd gold medal for Noa Minska. Doing pretty well, isn't she? Right, what have we got coming up next then? The bronze medal contests in the under 52 kilo category. Luz Olvera of Mexico faces Karolina Pienkowska of Poland, and Munkbata Bundema of Mongolia faces Agata Perenc. We'll stay here. It's much of a muchness, I suppose. We'll have a look at Olvera of Mexico and Pienkowska of Poland. Well, the chance for the Polish team to take a couple of medals here now. Here on mat 1 with Piankowska and on mat 2 with Perenc. Piankowska has looked good today. Thrown well. She's got to be favourite for this one. Both fighters have picked up a penalty apiece. And now we've got a chance to say hello to Letizia Payet, because she's was the bronze medal winner today. And Letizia has got a chance to say hello to her own family at home who must be watching on the Judo TV. Letizia, congratulations for your bronze medal. You're happy?
Thank you. I am happy, so I prefer the gold medals.
Yeah. Well, we were looking at you for the final and the gold medal, to be honest, when I looked at the field. Just that small slip, yeah?
Yes, I'm difficult today because I have a problem
with the back.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I did some tournament and I'm very tired.
Yeah, we were looking at the list of tournaments and we realized that you were doing a tournament, but you need it for this points.
Yes.
You need it,
Voilà.
yeah.
And I don't know if I did a European Championship, so I must do.
It's a good chance, because if you look at the whole competition, it was looking good, and they have to take into consideration the fact that you're tired and that you're doing all of these. But at the moment, you're the one to look at, I think, because we saw the others, Clement and Clemence, and they also. They didn't show as much as you, for me, anyway. So say hello to Bella.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and congratulations. And we will see you on the podium, yeah? It's not so bad. Finished on the podium.
Yes.
Yeah, to get medal.
Okay.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Letizia Payet, she took the bronze medal there. And we're going to see her in a few minutes on the podium. She's reasonably happy. Not completely pleased with the situation, but hey, you have to be in there getting some points in order to make the most of it. And she's not completely out of it. We shall see. Meanwhile, it's Olvera who leads here with a little over a minute left to go. Well, she's getting plenty of support. The tricky thing now is that both Polish fighters trail. Munkbatan leads by Yuko for Mongolia against the Poles on mat 2, and, well, against Perenc anyway. And Olvera here leading by Woodzari with 50-odd seconds left to go. Going to take a superhuman effort here from Piankowska to come up with a score. Mind you, Olvera is tiring quickly, and Piankowska does have the crowd behind her. She's doing the right thing here. Olvera picks up a penalty, a second penalty, and then the Sutemi Waza in the last 40 seconds. What do we say? Don't do it. But Pienkovska did. And with it went the chance of doing something standing up. So Luz Olvera of Mexico it is who wins out there. And on mat 2 it was Munkbata of Mongolia who took the second of the bronze medal. So both Polish fighters falling at that hurdle. So a disappointment for the home fans. Well, they've still got a chance in the under 57 kilo category. As Borovska faces Amaris in the first of the bronze medal matches, and then Podolak faces Choban in the final of the under 57 kilo category. So there's still a chance for medals. But before all of that, we come to the final of the under 52 kilo category. Adiasambu Solman of Mongolia faces Alexandra Starkova of Ukraine. It's Adiasambu in the white, judogi Starkova in blue. Adiasambu came in here as the number 1 seed. She is the only number 1 seed to have made it to the final. Edna Carrillo ended up on the losing end of her bronze medal contest with Aurori Clement, so ended up 5th. Adiasambu in the final here. Amaris, well, she's still got a chance of a medal. She was the number 1 seed in the under 57 kilo category. Yadinis Amaris of Colombia. She's got a chance for a bronze medal. She faces Anna Borovska of Poland. And then Sendayush Serenadmed, the number 1 seed in the under 63 kilo category. She faces Żabo Katinka of Hungary in the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 63 kilo category. So it's possible. Well, only Carrillo has failed at getting a medal so far, but we're still only part way through. There's a nice effort from Adiasambu. Just couldn't turn her opponent to come up with a score. Oh, and it's now Starkova who's attempting the turnover herself in the Amazon. Can't see that that's the best position, and the referee agrees with me and he decides to call Mate. Stands them up. 2:35 left to go. The Mongolians didn't have anyone in the under 48 kilo category. 52, 2 fighters, Adiasambu and Munkbata. Munkbata standing in front of me, looking on at a teammate, having a good look. She can't get close enough, obviously interested to see what goes on there. And then in the under 57 kilo category again, no Mongolian. But in the 63 we had 2. Actually they came up against each other in that quarter-final. Sendayush and Baldorj. Starkova picks up a penalty with 1:40 odd left to go. Just a little pressure from Adiasambu Solman, and Starkova is not wise to it. They decided to leave that one. Someone left the competition area. Either it was Adiasambu edging Starkova out or it was Starkova leaving the area, but maybe they couldn't decide who was the more guilty. I think it was Starkova for me. Just missed with that Yoko Sutemi Wazo. Last minute then. Just the single Shido against the Ukrainian at the moment. Almost turned there. Wild effort there from Starkova at either Uchimata or something along those lines, but it was way, way away from catching Adiyarsambu, and she really almost helped herself over there. Adiyarsambu not able to take advantage of that loose effort, and that was a better one. Down on the right side. Must have come close to scoring there. Yeah. Oh dear. No idea. Somebody decided to bail out and drop and pick up a penalty. Won't be surprised if she drops again here, or just avoids taking a hold. And yeah, that's it now. Not interested anymore, and down she goes. She won't pick up a second penalty, but she's done enough with the single score to take the gold medal in the under 52 kilo category.
Gold medalist in white for Mongolia.
Adiyarsambu Salman of Mongolia takes gold in the under 52 kilo category for Mongolia. Right, we've got the awarding ceremony coming up in the under 48 kilo category. Stay with us, we'll bring you that. In the meantime, what I may be able to do is to tell you what's happening as far as Prague is concerned, because as I've mentioned during the day, we've got another competition taking place there. That's the European Open for men taking place in Prague. Let's see if I can quickly bring you some information about that. The under 60 kilo category, they may have finished over there. Race through that quickly. Yes, they have. Yoav Shemesh of Israel lost out in the bronze medal contest in the under 60 kilo category. Gan Batar Batolga defeated him there. And it was Beyara Amatovshin of Mongolia who defeated Sakavat Gachiev of Russia. In the final, Pavel Petrikov overcame Cedric Revol, the Czech fighter Pavel Petrikov defeating Cedric Revol of France. That was in the under 60 kilo category. And in the under 66 kilo category, there were bronze medals for Timur Tamirov of Russia, Georg Khachatryan of Ukraine. Silver went to silver went to Dovdon Altansuk of Mongolia, and a gold to Andras Jereb of Slovenia. Right, let's have a look at the lineup then in the under 48 kilo categories. Bronze medals go to Letizia Payet of France and to Aurora Clémence, also of France. And a very nice graphic there produced by my colleague Mario Kovacs. Well done, Mario. It's a nice graphic. Thank you very much. Silver medal goes to Melanie Clément of France, but the gold medal goes to Noah Minsker of Israel. Well, done pretty good in Prague. It's almost all over there. They've just got the under 73 kilo category to do. I'm sure I'll be able to bring you those results before we finish here. But now, the national anthem of Israel.
Thank you very much. A good picture with our VIP and judoka.
Alexander Yatskovich just directing traffic there and telling people where they should stand. Go on, Alex.
And now, bronze medal contest for women under 57 kilo.
Well, three of the four French fighters made it onto the podium. Right then, we've got the bronze medal contests in the under 57 kilo category to bring you now. On mat number 1, it'll be Yadini Samaris of Colombia. She faces Anna Borowska of Poland. And on mat number 2, Tatiana Kazenyuk of Russia faces Concepcion Bellerin of Spain. We're going to go to mat number 2. We had a look at Yadini Samaris early on, but we're going to change tack here. No one's going to really matter, are they? Okay, so we're going to do mat number 2. Tatiana Kazenyuk in the white judogi faces Concepcion Bellerin in blue. Kazenyuk lost out to Borowska in a quite, well, it was a testy contest between the pair. Tense and at times, well, difficult. That was nice from Kazenyuk. Wazari for that Uchimata effort, catching Bellerin rather flat-footed. And Borowska, meanwhile, on mat number 1 has thrown a Maris for Wazari. So that's the state of play at the moment. Borowska leading on mat 1 and Kazenyuk leading here on mat 2. A little bit speculative from the Spanish fighter there, that Yoko Tomoinagi. Kazenyuk up to defending that, blocking it. And still leading here by Wazari. It is Conchi that went off the mat. She was looking to come up with a score, but she wandered off the mat in her efforts to bring it about. So the referee had no choice but to call for a penalty. Uchimata again from Kazenyuk, not as determined as before, but the second one was Ari Awazeti upon, and that kind of makes her feel a little bit better having lost out to Borowska. Some small compensation then for having lost out in the quarterfinals. She came back strong against Kaiser in the repechage contest and then comes up with a bronze medal here against Bellerin. Let's go down to mat number 1 and see what's happening then with Yadanis Amaris of Colombia and Anna Borowska of Poland. It's the Polish fighter Borowska who leads by Wazari. Amaris has picked up a single penalty. There's the Uchimata from Kazenyuk. And there's a minute and a half left. It's Amaris in the white judogi, Borowska in blue. Well, the Polish crowd want Yuko. The referee decided... Sorry, the Polish crowd want Wazari, but the referee decided it was worth Yuko. You got to go with him because he's the only one out of the whole lot of them who's got a badge. It's probably 200 or 300 IJFA referees up there in the crowd. But they're not making the decision. The man in the middle is. Nice left-sided effort from Borowska. Amaris attempting the shimiwaza, but it's across the face, so the referee calls mate. Beginning to run out of speed pretty quick here is Borowska. Maybe her contest with Kazenyuk took a lot out of her. Just got to hang in there. 2 scores on the board for Borowska. Amaris pressing hard here. The number 1 seed this morning, the Colombian, as she attempts a weak Makikomi. She loses contact with the hands. A few energetic Polish supporters in the background there, cheering her on. And Amaris left-sided. Doesn't quite come up with enough to turn Borowska over. 14 seconds left to go. There'll be time enough for one big effort. We'll see what happens here. This is the last roll of the dice for the Colombian as Borowska backs up. The clock ticking away, last few seconds now, and that was it. Frustration for the Colombian, and she gets thrown again, and this time it is for Wazari. Wazari Awazeti upon, just as Amaris opens up. Borowska able to get underneath and come up with a second score to end the contest. Almost at the end of time there, actually. So Borowska picks up a medal for Poland. She fought hard for that today, did Borowska. Well, we come now to the final of the under 57 kilo category. Safo Choban of Germany faces Aleta Podolak of Poland. Well, no doubt the crowd will be behind the Polish fighter, Podolak. But despite the difference in their IJF World Ranking List positions, Podolak at 37, Choban down there at number 90. My money, sorry to say, for the Polish crowd, is on the 21-year-old German, the former junior world champion. Got nice ashiwaza, good nearwaza, and I just think that despite the fact that Podolak has got a better world ranking, Choban is going to prove a little bit too much for the Polish fighter. Again, the referees and the crowd screaming for a score, but the referee in the middle doesn't give one. And I don't blame him. There was nothing there. Nice little effort, Makikomi from Podolak, but it didn't come up with a score. Just looking at that left foot of Podolak. Choban was looking for the shimiwaza. But just look where Podolak plants that left foot, and if the timing is right, when she takes that step forward, she could be in some trouble. That's the only thing that Podolak will have to look out for. No, that's the only thing that Choban will have to look out for. That Sodetori Komigoshi from Podolak is quite strong. Good turn from the German. Was in a little bit of trouble when she was backed up in that corner. And that was more of an effort to get out of a strong gripping position that Choban had taken up than any real effort. No, that was going nowhere. Well, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, she was genuinely trying to throw Choban, but Choban saw it coming from last week and managed to block it. It's not bad. Nice movement from both fighters. Just about squeezed that one out. Referee's in a good position to see that. Right on top of the action. And a Yuko to Podolak. So the Polish fighter takes the lead here. 2 minutes to go. Little Kouchigari attempt from Choban. Not really serious about that one. There's that Sodetori Komigoshi, but it's not a good effort. A little bit too late with the feet. They didn't get into the right position. That's much better. It's a good, strong effort on the left side. And again, she gets caught up with the shimiwaza across the chin, the referee calls mate. That's the Ippon Seoinage that brought Choban down onto her side. Choban's not afraid to go the distance in a contest. You can quite often come up scoring quite late. Podolak leading by Yuko. Minute 20 odd to go. It's far better when Choban has got Podolak moving rather than trying to work something from a standing still position. Missed with the Uchimata. Just under a minute left to go. A second little foot sweep there, but nothing serious. We haven't really seen, and she's still looking for the shimiwaza, and that was a slip there because it gives Podolak a chance to engage Choban on the ground and burn up some of the clock. 36 seconds left to go. That single Yuko on the board is enough now to open up some possibilities for Podolak. She can burn a couple of Shidos if she wants, so she can be overly defensive, stretch the arms out and make things really difficult for Choban, which she just done. She picks up another penalty there. Choban hasn't had a chance to get close to come up with a really good Uchimata effort. She hasn't had the opportunities for the foot sweeps or hasn't created them. And on 2 or 3 occasions she's tried anything on the ground, Podolak has been able to defend it. And that was the difference. Aletta Podolak is going to be the hero of Warsaw this weekend. I doubt whether we're going to see the same kind of performance tomorrow from any of the Polish fighters, this one is going to do it, because Aletta Podolak is going to take gold in the under 57 kilo category. She beats out Safo Choban of Germany, who didn't freeze, but she wasn't able to create the kind of danger that we've come to know from her. And given that she's been off for so long, it shouldn't really come as a surprise. It's going to look like a good result on paper when her comeback competition ends with her being in a place in the final and a silver medal. But in all honesty, she could very well have come away with a gold medal, and Aletta Podolak made things a little bit difficult for her. And it was the Polish fighter who ended up taking the gold medal. Good result. Yeah, good result for Aletta Podolak. Right, we've got the awarding ceremony in the under 52 kilo category. Right, let's have a rundown of the medal winners. Munkbata Bundmar of Mongolia receives her bronze medal from the double Olympic champion, Valdemar Legin. And Luz Olvera of Mexico. Silver medal goes to Alexandra Shnakova of Ukraine. And the gold medal goes to Hadiyosambu Salman of Mongolia. She was the number 1 seed. And now the national anthem of Mongolia. Safo Choban is tidying up her hair, but it's okay because we're not on camera, so it doesn't matter. But later. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was just saying that on paper it looked good. First competition back after a long time, in the final, silver, but you could have beaten her.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, must be. You didn't get a chance for your Uchimata, just a couple of little goes.
My hands were always down and I didn't get a chance.
Yeah. And then the foot sweeps, we didn't see the nice Ashiwaza, and each time you went for the Shimiwaza, had to go across. So the 3 areas that you were really strong, just off. However, first competition back. really looked good, nice movement, lots of problems for every fighter, lots of problems for every fighter. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I hope to win 2 fights, and I want to make a place here.
Yeah.
To 1 till 7,
Yeah.
and now it's a silver medal. It's okay.
So it's not that bad. Maybe when you go away, there'll be actually more chance to think, I really could have gone that distance. But it's a lot to expect when you've been off a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
So the good signs are the timing is good, the movement is good. There's really so little work to be done.
Yeah, I think
you know?
it's the problem is in athletics. I didn't get a chance to make so much training the last couple of months.
What, fitness or you
Yeah,
feeling
yeah,
fit?
fitness,
But it
yeah.
looked okay. You were still going at
Yeah.
the end. You were still going strong at the end. I mean, I
But
don't know how
I
tired you were. It
I
looked
think
good.
it could be better. I could be more
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, it's nice to see you back with after such a long break. It's not easy, but it's nice to see that all of the things are almost there.
yeah,
You're not.
only a little bit.
Yeah.
Always.
And what's next for you? What's next?
I don't know yet. Maybe I get a Grand Prix in Tiflis or.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't know yet.
Yeah. We'll
Maybe-
speak to the German coaching staff
Yeah.
for you.
Maybe,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah, nice to see you back.
Yeah.
Safo Choban, silver medalist today. That was a good one. Right, we're watching the bronze medal contest between Sendayush Serenadmid of Mongolia. She's up against Jabo Francisca of Hungary. Sendayush in the white judogi, Sabo in blue. And it's nice to see the fighters when they come back after a break, especially if they look sharp. And Safo Choban did actually, just narrowly missing out on that medal there. Aletta Podolak just proving a little bit too strong. So, no score yet between Sendayush in the white judogi and Zabo in blue. It's always nice for the home country when they take a medal on the opening day. Any colour medal, really, but for them to come up with a gold is a really good result. Commentary position is fairly close to where the athletes line up to collect their medal, so it's easy to catch them, Can't remember who it was the other day that I went to get something from and they said no. I think it was Matsumoto. I won't forget that. I'm not going to forget that. Anyhow, it was in the warm-up area, so. All right, well, we may be able to have a look at the replay of that. I don't know. Jabo Francisca going over and holding onto a back. Let's have a look and see whether there was anything. Sendayush taking that bronze medal. Vichas couldn't come out. She was injured. So there's nothing serious anyway. Oops. Yeah, well, I suppose we could have hyperextended the back, maybe. That's what she would have been complaining about, because it wasn't a shimiwaza. Nobody cries after a shimiwaza. So it could be that she felt her back was hyperextended. I don't know what that really means, so I'm just saying it. But I've heard that term used before in situations like that, so maybe that's what it is that she was complaining about. The shimiwaza wasn't the difficulty. It was the application of the turn over into the position from which she executed the shimiwaza that she was complaining about. And her legs were trapped underneath her. She got pulled back, and you could see that there could have been some degree of discomfort there. Anyway, Sindayush Siranadmid has taken her seat. She was the number 1 seed here. Right, we're just going to be delayed for a moment whilst we have a look at Szabo Francisca to make sure everything is okay. On the whole, the medical staff here have been extremely careful about moving anyone from the mat as soon as they've shown an injury. So whenever there's an injury, then you know they take extreme care with them. So I think they're just being careful, you know. Right, it won't be long before we get back underway. And when we do, it'll be the final of the under 63 kilo category. And it'll be Sendayush's teammate, Baldorj Munchinkimeg of Mongolia, who will be facing Isabel Puche of Spain. Now, Szabo wanted to walk off on her own, but the medical staff insisted that they carry her from the mat. So it's ended up looking a lot worse than I think it may be. So again, as a precaution, the medical staff said, if you say you're injured, then let us carry you off, rather than you walking off and aggravating any possible injury that there may be. We'll take you off and we'll examine you off the mat, but we'll take you off rather than you walking. So that's what's happened there. Right, we come to the final of the under 63 kilo category. Baldorj Munchinkimeg of Mongolia faces Isabel Puche of Spain. It's Baldorj in the white judogi, Puche in blue. Well, Baldorj has got to be a little bit cleverer than that. She just can't wander off. And she was lucky not to pick up a penalty for stepping off there. Got to stand up a little bit stronger. Ah, she was at a left-sided effort. Good pressure from the Spanish fighter. Ochigari left-sided as well. Ooh, is there enough there? Again, this reminds me of something that happened earlier on, and the referee wasn't drawn into it. There wasn't sufficient enough control from Puche to claim a score there. Had a good look at it and decided no. Oh, nice Ashiwaza and a good Wazari. Doesn't quite go over there, does she? But nice Ashiwaza. The thing that got me, I know you can't see it, but I'll just tell you that Sendayush Siranadmid is sitting 2 meters away from me, and her hands went to her face immediately when her teammate went down there. So, yeah, and it was Yuko. She just stayed off her back, yeah. Just stayed off her back. So, Yuko given up there by Baldorj, but there's plenty of time left on the clock. I suppose everybody wants to see Podolak as being congratulated by everybody. Well, have a word with her, I suppose, at some stage, but she's going to be our player of the day in any case. Arleta Podolak of Poland, the gold medalist in the under 57 kilo category. She'll be up to receive her medal shortly. Single Yuko, the lead at the moment for Isabel Pucher, with 1 minute and 46 left on the clock. Reasonable efforts on Uchimata, left-sided. Yuko scored by the referee there, or given by the referee. There's a single Shido against Baldorj at the moment, which is going to come into play now. She tries to free that left leg out. It's the right hand of Pucher that's holding on to the trousers that is giving Baldorj the problem in securing the osaikomi. Tempted Yoko Sotemi, wasn't there? That didn't come off. Half a minute left. Single Shido now looming large. Oops. Yeah. They've given a Yuko, but her teammate thought it was a head dive. Yuko goes on the board though. Suspicion of the head going into the tatami first there. Gonna get away with it. Mongolian coach clapping there. Picks up a penalty. Okay, on the back. Good call from the referee. It's the second or third good call that he's made. He's handled this well. Baldorj Munchunki-Meg of Mongolia it is. And big applause from Sendayush Serenadmed, a few seats away. It's always nice when the teammates are applauding. That was really good. Good to see. Well, we've got the awarding ceremony coming up in the under 57 kilo category. That's coming up next. And then I'll be able to give you the what are the results from Prague in the under 73 kilo category. I'll just run through those in a second. Right, I think the fighters are ready down at the far end of the competition hall. Let's go down there and have a look at the awarding ceremony in the under 57 kilo category. There are other fighters making their way to the podium now. Right, the bronze medals go to Tatiana Kazenyuk of Russia and to Anna Borowska of Poland. Silver medal goes to Safo Choban of Germany. Gold medal goes to Arleta Podolak of Poland. Well, we spoke about Podolak and her chances this morning, and we just said that then if she gets everything right, then there's a good chance that she could medal here. We're not so sure about gold, but she did come in there as the number 2 seed, so she's reasonably well placed anyway. And now the national anthem of Poland. Where are the flags? Says Podolak, and Borowska says on that wall. Now the national anthem of Poland. It's a reasonably happy group. I say it's a reasonably happy group because there are, well, slightly differing emotions depending on where you are on the podium. Podolak's got to be happy because she's on top of the podium. Choban's happy because it's her comeback fight. And then Borowska happy because she medaled. I suppose the only one who's not really happy is Kazenyuk. She felt that she could have done a bit better. Now, I'm just going to tell you quickly, because I've brought you up to date with the under 60 and the under 60 kilo category results from Prague. I'll just tell you that in the under 73 kilo category, there were bronze medals for Selin Onda of Russia and Mansur Isaev of Russia. The silver medal went to the Polish fighter Damian Szwanowicki, and the gold went to Georgios Azoulidis of Greece. That was in the under 73 kilo category. We've got one more awarding ceremony to bring you now, and it's in the under 63 kilo category. The fighters are lined up and getting ready. Let's go back and have the big picture with Eddie Coaz marshalling people down there. Okay, let's go and have a look at that. There you go. They're the happy faces of the quartet, and in the left-hand side of that screen, Arleta Podolak with her hands on her hips in the background being interviewed. I dare say that won't be the only interview that she'll do today. There's the lineup: Pouchet, Baldorj, Tsendayush, and Labazina. And even I can squeeze into the picture. That's not right, is it? That was poor. Should always try to remain professional. Right, we're ready to go then. Send them up, Eddie.
Bronze medalist for Russia, Marta Labazina, and for Mongolia, Tsendayush Tserenadmi.
Bronze medals go to Marta Labazina of Russia and Tsendayush Tserenadmi of Mongolia.
The silver medalist from Spain is Isabel Puche.
Silver medal goes to Isabel Puche of Spain.
And the gold medalist for Mongolia, Baldoz Munguchime.
The gold medal goes to Baldoz Munguchime of Mongolia.
Now the trophy of bronze presented by a member of the Polish Olympic Committee.
Marek Oleszuk, dyrektor Pułkownik Oddziału Wychowania Fizycznego Sportu i Dowództwa Generalnego Rodzaju Sił Zbrojnych.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Mongolia.
And now the national anthem of Mongolia.
O powstanie do wysłuchania tej nagrody.
The Mongolians topped the medal table at the end of day one. They took 2 gold medals. Poland took 1 and Israel took 1. We're going to be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock when we look forward to your company. As I said to you before, there is a second European Open this weekend. That's in Prague. That's all done and dusted, by the way, but the results are online at eju.net. We look forward to your company tomorrow at 11 o'clock, but from all the team here, bye-bye for now.